footprint on the world you know today. Its foundations were built on formidable military might, and I was its emblem, the eagle. This wall was the frontier that marked the edge of their world. Each of these men had had stories of ferocious lands and deadly conditions, but nothing could have prepared them for life on the wall. For this was the edge of empire. Away east from Magna, we climb up and down the 9 dicks of Thurwall and begin our journey along Hadrians Wall. Here, along the peaks, the wall would have originally stood some 6 meters high. Its evenly placed mile castles, turrets, ditches, and forts created a very efficient customs post, a hub of trade, but it was also a barrier to a more savage land, a barrier that required protection. Up ahead on the peak lie the remains of Mucklebank Turret, a very precarious location to build a watchtower. Returning to the line of the wall itself and flying east, we reach a more rugged section of the frontier. Over to your right, you'll see a white marker placed to signify the highest point of the whole wall at 345 meters. This is the most dramatic section of the wall, as the landscape rises up to form an impassable barrier. A potential attacker from the north would have little hope of storming such a well-protected position. However, these heights were a disadvantage for some, as the unfortunate Roman builders would have had a long, hard job hauling the materials up to the top of these daunting peaks. Down below is one of the best preserved mile castles on the wall. And hidden here, between the mighty crags, rests the iconic Sycamore Gap. East of Magna lay the magnificent site of Vinderlander. This huge fortification would have been a vibrant hub of activity out here on the wall. The main fort gates were to the north and west. 600 soldiers, consisting of 480 infantry and 120 cavalry, would have been housed here. The commander's residence on our far left was a focal point of Vinderlander. Positioned next door was the headquarters building, housing the Chapel of Standards. It was well guarded because inside was the sunken strong room containing the soldiers' pay and savings. The modern Vinderlander site is one of breathtaking archaeological interest. There were at least 9 forts at Vinderlander. The remains you see today are of the 3rd and 4th century stone fort. Since the 1970s, archaeologists here have been uncovering writing tablets, documents from the front line left discarded here by the Romans. They could be letters, military lists, accounts, or even quotes from the classics. These ink-on wood tablets, similar in size and thickness to a modern postcard, give real-life testimonies of life on the wall and offer modern visitors a genuine insight into experiences from nearly 2,000 years ago. The Romans ruled in Britain for nearly 400 years. The sun may have set on their once mighty empire, but today a new era dawns, thanks to the painstaking work of the Vinderlander Trust.